Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. All good? No issues? Okay, that's great, guys. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. How are you guys? How is the celebration for New Year going on? Do you guys take up some resolutions for this year or not? Do let me know. I'm fine, Talha. Thank you so much for asking. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. So, did you guys take up a resolution for this year or not, guys? Do let me know. Great, guys. Awesome. Awesome. So, it's a new year and a new beginning for everyone that is there right now. So, I hope that you guys are also able to enjoy your new year in a good way. Okay, now let's continue from right over there, guys. Okay, so you are in the mood to study today, right? If you are not, we can start from tomorrow as well. There's no issues, but you all are in the mood of studying today, right? Because that's more important for me, that it's a new year, I'm able to understand. So, but before beginning, are you guys in the mood of studying today or not, guys? Do let me know. Good, amazing, guys, amazing. So, let me know, guys, what have we studied up till now, guys? We had a quite a long break up till now. So, what have we studied up till now, guys? Can you remind me? Please let me know. Can you remind me, guys, what have we studied up till now? Please let me know. Okay, importing modules, basic of Python, NumPy and Pandas, good. The Pokemon dataset, how to upload it, good. Seaborn, Matplotlib, tiny data, untidy data. I'd even given you guys a small assignment, right? Did you guys finish off the assignment? Please let me know. Have you guys finished the assignment, guys? Please let me know, guys. Have you guys finished the assignment, guys? Please let me know. So, could you guys let me know the answer to the question that was there? Okay, ratio and interval data and the examples for that. Okay, many of you guys have not done it, so no issues. I'll just reassign the assignment today. Do it tomorrow. Okay, I've told you guys to find the differentiation between interval and ratio data according to what you see in your daily life. Okay, according to what you see in your daily life. What is the difference? What is the examples related to that? And make me understand using those examples how interval data and ratio data are different. Okay, so that will be your assignment, guys. I will cross check this assignment tomorrow. Okay, not today. Tomorrow I'll be cross checking this particular example as well. Okay, guys, will that be fine, guys? Please let me know. Okay, so shall we start with our today's class, guys? Please let me know, guys. Shall we start with our today's class, guys? Please let me know. Great, awesome. Okay, so this is what we were doing in the previous class as well. We'll just reconnect it to the servers at Collab. Okay, so it will take us a few minutes to do that. Once we are connected, we will check if our pokemon.csv has been uploaded or not. If it hasn't been uploaded, we'll just re-upload it once again. So we can go into files. From there, we'll have to re-upload our pokemon.csv. So we'll do that. Pokemon.csv selected, open. As you're able to see, we have uploaded our pokemon.csv file right over here. Okay, as you're able to see right over here, pokemon.csv file has been uploaded. We have seen this in the previous class as well. We'll just run this particular line of code to check if everything is working properly or not. Okay, it's not working properly. We'll have to find where our okay, so we'll have to first run this particular line of code, and then we'll have to go here and this particular line of code after that. Let's see. Okay, so everything is working properly. So in our last class, okay, in our last class we have seen how to import numpy, how to import pandas, what is the use of numpy and pandas. We have seen how to import matplotlib.pyplot as plt, what is the meaning of this as np or as pd or as plt. We have seen how to import Seaborn as sv as well. This magic code that we have written right over here, I told you guys that we'll be understanding its meaning when we continue further into data visualization itself. So maybe tomorrow we'll be able to understand what a percentage matplotlib inline actually means. Okay, right now we are going to continue from right over here itself, guys. This is the first line of code that we have written. Pokemon is equals to pd.read csv content slash pokemon.csv itself. So right over here, what I've done is pd. Okay, what is pd, guys? Could you guys remind me what is pd? Could you guys remind me what is pd? We have already learned about it in the last class that we were having. Could you guys let me know what is pd, guys? What does pd stands for right over here, guys? Pandas. Okay, that's absolutely clever, guys. This is the nickname that we have assigned to pandas itself. Now from pd, okay, we want to get use. So like I said, pd is basically a toolkit. Okay, a toolkit itself that has various different tools present inside of it that helps Python understand different kinds of data, helps Python to work with different kinds of data itself. So one of these tools that is there is our read underscore csv function. Okay, it is our read underscore csv function. Basically, it helps Python by reading the CSV files and converting it into a format that can be understood by Python. Okay, that can be understood by Python. So that is the use of this read underscore CSV that we are able to see right over here. Now, which particular CSV file do we want Python to understand? The pokemon.csv file, right, guys? We want Python to understand the pokemon.csv file. So for that particular reason, we had uploaded this pokemon.csv right over here. Are you guys able to see this? We have uploaded this pokemon.csv file right over here. Now, where is this pokemon.csv file actually located inside of the server? Okay, so this pokemon.csv file is present right now on a computer that we don't have any access to. It's a server itself. Server is of Google is nothing else but a computer. We don't know where this pokemon.csv file has been uploaded. For that, when you hover over this pokemon.csv file, you can click on this particular three buttons on the right hand side. Okay, three dots on the right hand side, and then click on copy path. Okay, click on copy path, and that is the path that you're going to put it in between this quotation marks. Okay, in between this quotation mark, this is the exact path where the pokemon.csv file is located. So it is located inside of a particular folder called as content. Okay, there's a folder called as content, and inside of content you are having this pokemon.csv file that we want to use. Okay, and that entire file we are providing it to the read csv function of pandas that is able to read this csv file and convert it into a format that we can understand. To see this particular CSV, and we are saving this entire file, the file that Python can now understand. Okay, once the entire conversion has been done from CSV to the format that Python can understand, that entire format is then saved inside of a variable called as Pokemon. Okay, this format of data that we can understand, okay, that Python can understand is basically now saved inside a variable called as Pokemon. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. So now to see this entire Pokemon.csv file itself, what I'm going to do is I will just comment this out. I'm going to write our code Pokemon.head. Okay, Pokemon.head, guys. This head is a particular function that will basically give you the first five rows of your Pokemon dataset that you have created. Okay, the created Pokemon dataset itself. Okay, so right over here, if I'm running this particular line of code, you will be able to see that this Pokemon.head basically gives you the first five rows. So 0, 1, 2, Python is a zeroth indexed language, guys. We remember that Python is a zeroth indexed language. So it starts its indexing from 0. So 0 through first row, second row, third row, fourth row. So five rows we are able to see with all the data inside of it. Okay, so that is the use of this head method. Okay, that is the use of this particular head method. It helps you see the first five rows of your data set itself, first five rows of your data set. Now this particular there's another method right over here called as Pokemon.shape. Okay, there's another method present right over here called as Pokemon.shape, guys. If I'm running this particular line of code, it will give me the shape of my data set. Okay, it will give me the shape of my data set, that my data set has 807 rows and 14 columns. Okay, Pokemon.shape basically gives me the shape of my data set itself. That is, it has 807 rows and 14 columns. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Yeah, I think so. Now it should. It's not. No. Now it's okayish. Okay. Uh, everybody has been able to understand that. Now we'll start off with our first type of data visualization concept that we need to learn about. It is bar charts. Now, can you explain the read CSV? Prince already want us to explain the word itself and makes you understand that you have to read a CSV file. Okay, that's the word, read CSV. So it helps Python read the CSV file, convert into it to a data frame, which is the particular format that Python can understand. Okay, so that is the use of the read CSV like method itself. Are you able to understand that, Prince? Please let me know. Are you able to understand that, Prince? Please let me know. Prince, are you able to understand that? Please let me know. Good. Okay. So next, we are going to learn about these bar charts, guys. Okay, bar charts is very important concept. Okay, most of you guys must be knowing about bar charts itself. Okay, that is like distribution of the categorical variables, and we have learned about bar charts when we were in schools as well, right? You guys know about bar charts? Please let me know. You guys know about bar charts, right, guys? Please let me know. You have like practice making bar charts in your school itself in your early days. Please let me know. What does CSV stands for? CSV stands for comma separated values. Okay, yeah, so everybody knows about bar charts. So I'm not going into the theory of bar charts. Okay, I'll just show you guys how to create a bar chart itself, because that is something that I think so we have already seen in like third and fourth standard how to create bar charts. Okay, so to create a bar chart, it's absolutely very easy. For example, right over here, let us print out the dataset once again. So this is the dataset as you are able to see right over here. Okay, this is the dataset that we are able to see right over here. Now we want the frequencies of all the number of Pokemons who are in different generation IDs. Okay, we want Street Pilot. Where to get this data? I have already discussed in the last class. If you were not present in the last class, you can just rewatch the entire video. You'll get the idea where to get the entire data from. Okay, we have discussed it in the last class itself. So for example, there are multiple different generation IDs, generation 1, generation 2, generation 3, and so on and so forth. I want to get the number of count, okay, of the number of Pokemons that are there in each of these generations. Okay, so how many Pokemons are there of generation 1? How many Pokemons are there of generation 2? How many Pokemons are there from generation 3? And so on and so forth. And the count of that I want to showcase as a bar graph itself. Okay, I want to showcase that as a bar graph. To do that, the code for that is absolutely simple. We are going to use SB. Okay, can you guys remind me what is SB, guys? What is the full form of SB? Could you guys remind me what is the full form of SB, guys? Please let me know. What is the full form of SB? Could you guys let me know? Seaborn. That's absolutely clever. So we are using Seaborn right over here. Okay. One of, again, Seaborn is a toolkit. It has various different tools inside of it. One of those tool is the count plot. Okay, bar charts are also referred to as count plot. Why count plot? Because what is a bar chart? It basically gives you the counting of each of the categories that are there. Okay, if you think about it, the 6 categories, a bar chart will give you the number of counts on the cat, how much, okay, of each of these values are present right over there. So you're basically counting it right over there itself, guys. So in the Seaborn, okay, in Seaborn we refer to it as count plot. Okay, in Seaborn we refer to it as count plot, guys. Okay, so there the data, which data do we want to use? So Pokemon. Okay, if you guys remember, we have created a Pokemon data. Okay, this is the data Pokemon that is there. So we want to use the data as Pokemon. Okay, that is the data set that we'll be working upon. And what on the x-axis, where you have the categories. Okay, so generation 1, generation 2, generation 3, generation 4, generation 5, and so on and so forth. So these are the generations that are there, right, guys? These are the generations that are there. Okay, we want these generations to be on the x-axis. So you are having your x-axis and your y-axis. So on your x-axis, we should be having the generations that are there. Okay, we should be having the generations that are there. So that is what, and this generation underscore ID is the column name of the column that we want to use as the x-axis. Okay, that is the generation ID. It's the column name right over here of the column that we want to use to get the number of count of Pokemons that are there. So if I'm running this particular line of code, you're able to see this as your final answer. Let me just reduce it. So you are able to see this as your final answer. There are 7 generations. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You're having a generation ID written right over here. So these are your generation IDs that are there. And then on the y-axis, you are having the number of count of the number of Pokemons that are there. Okay, you are having the count of the number of Pokemons that are there. Okay, and using this, you are able to see a bar chart on your screen. Okay, using this, you are able to see a bar chart on your screen, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. This is the code for that, and below that you are having your graph itself. Okay, now as you're able to see, there's something written right over here. Okay, there's something written right over here: matplotlib dot axis dot underscore subplots dot axis subplots at blah 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 blah. All this we don't want to showcase on our screen, right? We just want to see our graph itself. We don't want this gibberish on top to come up. So for that particular reason, we put a semicolon at the end of our code. Okay, we put a semicolon at the end of our code itself. Now, if I'm running my line of code, then you are able to see that that gibberish has now gone. Okay, you're not getting that metadata anymore. You're not getting that metadata anymore. You're not getting the gibberish anymore. Okay, so in that particular way, you are just getting the graph itself. You're just getting the graph. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Great. Now, by default, each of these categories has been given a different color. Okay. Now, and that does not look very like good to us. Okay. It looks like shit. Okay. Sometimes you want all the bar graphs to be of the same color or something else as well. So you can actually change the colors of the bar graph using the color parameter. Okay, so right over here, let's first see what is sb.color palette. Okay, let us write the code. So you are having something. Okay, so let's print sb.color underscore PLE palette. Okay, and let's run this. So as you're able to see, this color palette, sb.color palette is generating a list of tuples. Okay, a list of tuples that basically has the number of colors in it. Okay, each of these tuple basically represents the RGB values. Okay, basically represents the RGB values right over there when it considers it's to start from 1 itself, guys. So these are the different colors that are there. Okay, RGB values we have already discussed upon this. Each color, any color in the entire world itself, can be represented in the format of an RG and B value itself, red, green and blue value. Okay, so right over here as well, this sb.color palette. Okay, so what do you mean by a color palette? Have you seen any particular painter painting at any particular point of time? He in his hand you must have seen like a palette that is there which has multiple colors on it, and then the painter basically takes his or her brush and dips it into the color that he wants and paints the entire picture using that. Okay, so the same thing happens right over here as well. Okay, same thing happens right over here as well, that in your Seaborn as well, you want to use different colors for your graph that you're currently creating. To get access to these colors, you're having this color palette. Okay, you are having this sb.color palette method that basically gives you an access to all the colors that are there inside of Seaborn. It gives you the access to all the colors that are there inside of Seaborn itself. Okay, now for example, I want to use the first color. Okay, I want to use the first color, whatever the color is, I want to use that particular color itself. For that particular thing, what we are going to do is we are going to specify. Okay, we are going to choose the first index. Okay, the 0th index, that is the color at the very first position. We are going to select the 0th indexed color or the color at the very first position itself. And to do that, we are accessing the color palette. We are accessing the color palette and then choosing the 0th index color. We're choosing the 0th index color, guys, and we are calling this color as the base color. We're calling this color as the base color. So we are adding sb.count plot, data is equals to Pokemon, x-axis you want generation ID, and the color you want the color of the graph to be of the base color only. You want the color of the graph to be on the base color only. So if we are running this particular line of code, you are able to see that we are getting all the plots in blue color. As you are able to see, we are getting all the plots in blue color itself. Now, if I want to change it to the first particular color, okay, let's change it to first particular color itself. Then we are getting all the plots in orange color. As you are able to see, the first one was blue, then you were having orange. Now, if you are checking up the index at second index, okay, if you are changing it to 2, then we'll get the green color, guys. We'll get the green color. All the bars are of green color itself. Okay, so right over here, as you're able to see, blue, orange, green, then we'll get red, purple, then we'll get brown, then we'll get pink, and so on and so forth. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. So the graph, you can make it of a single color as well. Okay. Now, right over here, maybe you want to sort the data on the basis of like the graphs. You want it to be in ascending order or descending order. You have fixed up a color as well, that I want the color to be blue in color itself. But what if you want to fix up or orange in color, but you want to be there to be an hierarchy as well, that the generation ID having the maximum number of elements should come first, or the generation ID having the minimum number of Pokemon inside of it should come at the last. Okay, so you want some hierarchy that is there. So to sort the entire thing according to the hierarchy that you want, you can do that by using the order parameter. Okay, you can do that by using the order parameter itself, guys. So what we're going to do right over here is, first let us see what happens when we type Pokemon, and then we want to choose the generation ID. Okay, we'll choose the generation ID from right over here. As you're able to see, if I'm running this particular line of code, you're getting the these are the indexes. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the indexes, and then the generation ID, the column generation ID from that. We are getting the column generation ID for that. So name, generation ID, length 807, data type is int 64. It is the integer data type itself. Now if I want to get the values, okay, so for example, how many ones are there, how many twos are there, how many threes are there, how many sevens are there, okay, I want to get the number of counts of each of these generation IDs. Okay, each of these generation IDs, guys, are you guys able to understand the question that I'm having? I want to get the number of counts for each of these generation IDs. How many ones are there, how many twos are there, how many threes are there, and so on and so forth. For that, there's a method that we are going to use, that is value counts. Okay, that is the method that we are going to use, this value counts. So dot value underscore counts counts. Okay, and then parenthesis right over here. Okay, and if I'm running this particular line of code, you are able to see that for 5 I'm having 156, for 1 I'm having 151, for 3 I'm having 135, for 4 I'm having 107, for 2 I'm having 100, for 7 I'm having 86, and for 6 I'm having 72. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know, guys. That by writing value counts, we are counting the values of the generation IDs right over here, and see it on our screen as well. Now to set up, okay, we want to set up the order. So the order that we want to have for our generation IDs, the order that we want to have for our generation IDs is basically this index itself. Okay, the index that we are having here, 5, then 1, then 3, then 4, then 2, then 7, then 6. This is the order that we want to have as well. Okay, that is the IDs that are there. So we want to get this index. Okay, so dot index. Okay, dot index, that will give us the index as well. So as you're able to see, now we are just getting the index. First there is 5, then 1, then 3, then 4, then 2, then 7, then 6. Okay, this is the index of the value count. Okay, now this has been sorted from the in the descending order. Okay, from big to small, this has already been sorted for you in your descending order, and this entire line of code is what you are going to use for defining your order itself, guys. This is what we are going to use for defining your order. As you're able to see right over here, is the exact same code. Okay, this is the exact same code that we are saving inside of gen order. Okay, that we are saving inside of gen order itself, and we are specifying that order is equals to gen order. We are specifying that order is equals to gen order. So we are running this particular line of code. As we are able to see, we are getting a bar graph which is now in the descending order, guys. Okay, which is now in the descending order, and that is how you use the order parameter to sort the functions as well. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Yes, value counts is an inbuilt function. Have we defined it? No, Aryan, right? So it's an inbuilt function. Okay, we haven't done that, so it's an inbuilt function. It's as simple as that to understand. Good. So now what we are going to do right now is we are going to go back to our data itself, as you're able to see right over here. Now we are going to use our type 1 data. We are going to create a bar graph using our type 1 data itself. Okay. We are going to use our type 1 data to create a bar graph. Okay, we are going to create a bar graph using that. Okay, so let's do that very easy, right, guys? What will be the code to create a bar graph using Seaborn for the type 1 data? Can you guys let me know what will be the code, guys? Think about it. What will be the code? I will just show you an example code as well. I want to do the exact same thing using I want to create a bar graph for the type 1 data. What would be the code that we'll have to write, guys? Please let me know in the live chat. what will be the code that we will have to write for type 1 data, sort of? That's absolutely clever, guys. Put type x is equals to type 1. Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, we'll do that. We'll go down below. We'll do that. As you're able to see right over here, we have taken up a base color, and we will just be running this line of code. But I'm not able to read anything out of my x text. Okay, this is called as x label, right? The x label, I'm not able to read anything because it is just overlapping with each other. So I'm not able to read anything in the x like labels itself. So we need to change that. In data visualization, we refer to these labels as ticks. Okay, x ticks. Okay, we don't refer to it as labels, we refer to it as x ticks. That is the technical definition of it. Okay, so the first way to deal with that is, what we can do is plt with the exact same code. We are not changing the code itself, we keep the code the exact same. Plt dot x ticks. Okay, plt.xtext, and we'll do a rotation of 90. Okay, it's as simple as that, guys. What we have done right over here is, the plot that we have created. Okay, the plot that we have created, guys, we want to select the x labels. Okay, we want to select the x labels. Okay, that is the x ticks, and rotate the x ticks by 90 degrees. Rotate the x ticks by 90 degrees, guys. When I'm running this particular line of code, as you're able to see, my x ticks are now 90 degrees, and this particular way I'm able to read all of them. I can put it up as 45 degrees as well. I can put it up as 45 degrees and run this. Okay, so my x ticks would all be of 45 degrees. So grass, fire, water, bug, normal, prison, electric, ground, fairing, lightning, psychic, rock, ghost, ice, dragon, dark, steel, and flying. So I'm able to see everything properly. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. The second solution to this would be, instead of putting it up right over here as the x labels, we can use it as y labels. Okay, instead of having the entire plot like this, we can have the plot like this. Okay, so to be able to do that, you just, instead of writing x is equals to type 1, we have to change it to y is equals to type 1. Okay, the exact same code, nothing is different right over here. But instead of writing as x is equals to y type 1, we are changing it to y is equals to type 1 itself, guys. So if you are running this particular line of code, as you're able to see, our entire thing is coming from the y-axis. Our counting and everything is coming from the y-axis, as you are able to see. So you are having everything, you don't even have to do any kind of rotations or everything. Everything looks at the absolute best. Grass, fire, water, bug, normal, prison, electric, ground, fairy, lightning. So we are able to read everything properly. We are able to read everything properly. So these are the two different ways of handling a particular scenario where your your labels are big, okay, and in a lot of numbers as well, that they are colliding with each other. I think if you want to put it up on x-axis, you can either do rotations of 45 degree or 90 degree, or else you can just use, like, you can just make it y-axis. Okay, so if x is equals to type 1, we will put it up as y is equals to type 1, guys. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. You guys are so smart. Okay, you guys are easily able to understand everything. That's great, guys. Can sort y in the same way as we did in the example below before? Absolutely, Chinmay, absolutely you can do that. Okay, there's no issues in that. Then one of the uses of data visualization is basically like to visualize the missing data that is there. Okay, so how many data is basically missing whenever you are working with data itself at any particular point of time. So for that particular reason itself, Rohit Kakar, if you have attended our previous class, you will know where the nodes are. Okay, I don't have to tell it right now. Just attend our previous class, you will know where the nodes are. Okay. So right over here, you can count missing data as well. So let's do one thing. Okay, Pokemon dot is NA. Okay, basically this tells you that in which particular, okay, in where, so anywhere. So the entire data, okay, the entire data, that is 807 is to 14 columns, 807 rows and 14 columns. What is NA will basically do is it will go to every single unit of your data set itself. It will check if that particular data is empty or it has some data inside of it. Okay, so right over here, it has data inside of it, so it is false. Okay, it is false. Okay, it is false. It has some data. Okay, so right over here, as you're able to see, you are getting your true. That means this particular place is empty. Okay, right over here as well, you are getting true. So this particular place is empty. There's no data. It is NA. Okay, it does not exist right over there. There is no data right over there itself, guys. So true basically has the value of 1 and false has the value of 0, guys. You guys know about this, right? True has the value of 1, guys, and false has the value of 0. Am I right, guys? Please let me know. You guys know about this, right? So once this entire thing has been done, okay, once this entire thing has been done, you are using dot is NA. Okay, using dot is NA to do that. Then you're going to write dot sum. Okay, dot sum. So it will basically give you the sum of each of the columns that is there. Each of the columns that exist, it will sum all the values inside of it. Right now, the values that exist in each of these columns is basically just true and false values. False is 0. Okay, wherever there is false, there is 0. Okay, and wherever there is true, it will count it as 1 itself. In that particular way, if there are like 6 missing values, okay, if there are 6 missing values in the particular column, there will be 6 trues in that particular column itself. So we'll just calculate it as 6. Okay, your answer is 6. There are 6 missing values that is there. The dot is NA method basically. So you are having this Pokemon. Okay, you are having the Pokemon data set right over here. This is your Pokemon data set right over here itself, guys. Now, as you're able to see, here you don't have any value, NAN, you don't have any value here, NAN, you don't have any value right over here as well, NAN, okay? So you have no value right over here. So if I'm using dot is NA, okay, if I'm using dot is NA, that will basically give me, wherever there is no value, it will give me a true value right over there. Wherever there is no value, as you're able to see, wherever there was NAN, there's no value right over there, it is giving you true right over here. And then you are having dot sum. You are having dot sum method that is basically giving you a sum of all the elements in that particular column itself. It is giving you the sum of all elements in the column. So you are having 402 missing elements inside of just type 2 column. Okay, 402 missing data inside of just type 2 column itself. The rest of the columns are all zeros, as you're able to see. That is, there's no missing data. The rest of the columns are all zeros. There is no missing data right over there, guys. Only type 2 has a missing value of 402. Okay. You can visualize it as well. Okay, so you want to visualize the Pokemon.isSum.NA. That is the NA counts that you want to visualize right over here. Okay. So that is basically this. Okay, this is what you want to visualize, right? You want to visualize this particular data set. Okay, what are the column names and how many data are missing inside of each one of them. Okay, so our basic like data set right now is Pokemon.isNA.sum. That is what we want to visualize. Okay, we have set up a base color as well. Okay, and then you are having sb.barplot. Now there are two particular things that it is taking into input, guys. First, the values that you want to plot. Okay, the values that you want to plot. So NA counts.index.values, that basically gives you the values itself. You can just check it out right over here. You want to do so. Let us take it as data is equals to this. Okay, run this, and then I'm just going to create another code. Okay, and then I'm having data.index. Okay, that basically gives me your index itself, that is ID, species, generation ID, height, weight, and so on and so forth itself. And that dot values, okay, that will give me the values corresponding to each of these indexes. give me the values corresponding to each of these indexes, guys. So you are having the values as id, species, generation. So these are the values itself that it contains, the words that you want to use. Okay, the words that you want to use. Okay, that is how you are taking it up right away here, guys. The index basically gives you the index itself. We have no like use of the index. We want to use the values that are there. So index is id, so when we want to use the term id, we want to use the term id right over there. So that term you can get by using dot values. Okay, the term you can get it by using dot values, guys. It gives you an array of all the values, all the ids that are basically there, all the indexes that are basically there, guys. Okay, and that you are filling it up right over here, and the numbers that you want corresponding, the data that you want corresponding to that, that is basically your NA count. Okay, that is the data that we have created right over here. Pokemon.isNA.sum. Okay, Pokemon.isNA.sum. So if I'm running this particular line of code, as we are able to see right over here, we are getting all our IDs that are there on the x-axis, and we are getting our type 2 as something a little bit greater than 400. Okay, that is basically the number that it had. Okay, and that is what you are creating right over here itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Great. Now today's class will keep it up till here itself. I want you guys to revise everything that we have learned today. Okay, go back home, revise everything. I've already provided you guys with everything that is there. I provided you guys with the notes. I provided you guys with this particular code as well. I provided you guys with the CSV file, Pokemon.csv file as well. Okay, all this, okay, all this you will have to revise it today. That is your task, and then come back to class tomorrow so that we are able to move on from right over there. Okay, we can move on from right over there, guys. I have 2-3 more CSV files that are there, guys. Okay, Kunal, if you are checking up the notes, you will be able to see 2-3 more like CSV files right over there. You don't have to worry about it. So today's assignment, I'm keeping it a bit short. I'm keeping it easy as well. Do not worry about it. Okay, you don't have to submit any assignments. When you come to the class, you should have done it. I will just ask you some questions related to that. That's it. Okay, we don't check any kind of assignments or something like that. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. Just make sure that you are able to complete it, guys. Okay, you are able to complete it. Okay, okay, so right over here I will create the attendance for you guys for today's class. Give me a second. Yes, stocks.csv, fake company.csv is there in the notes. Tala, you can use that if you want to just explore a bit more and practice a bit more. But first, whatever we have studied today, I want you guys to revise it before coming to class tomorrow, so that we are able to move very easily from right over there. Okay, so we have already told you guys about that. Attendance, shorten URL, copy, link. I'm providing you guys the attendance for tomorrow. Please make sure that you are filling up the attendance right now, guys. I'm giving you 1 hour to fill up the attendance. 1 hour is more than sufficient, right, guys? 1 hour should be more than sufficient to fill out your attendance. Make sure you are filling out your attendance in the given time frame itself. I've provided you guys with the attendance link. I will pin it up as well. Okay, we'll have the class tomorrow at the same time itself at 6 o'clock. So make sure that you are there on the class in time, and we'll continue from right over there, guys. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you.